The following video was recorded on location in my state-of-the-art office in the corner of my first floor apartment. If you like what you're about to hear, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell in the upper right corner.
Hello?
Hi, how's it going?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for taking some to this interview.
You're welcome.
Well, awesome. Well, of course, we're here to talk about the brand new release from Edguy, Monuments. How did this all come to be?
Well, 25 years of the band existing made us to celebrate this long time with our fans, and made us to, we tried to make a present to ourselves and to our fans and listeners out there. So we decided, okay, what are we going to do? Then we thought, first of all, about a best-of CD with the collection, what Edguy has done in the last 25 years, of course. We tried to pick out songs that pretty much give an overview or a perfect picture of what we've done. While we did that and collected other materials, we decided to also work on new material, because it's absolutely worth to show people that we're still there, and there might be some more 25 years in the future, of course. So we sat down and tried to collect a few songs which could be on that album, which was we've been quite short in time, so it ended up with 5 new numbers, but the turnout is brilliant, and we've been really happy with the results, because it's also a stamp that Edguy is still alive in 2017 and still able to deliver good work. And I think the diversity and the quality of the songs pretty much shows that. So I hope people like it. I guess they do. They should. And now it's time for us to put out this release, play festivals all over Europe, go on a tour in autumn, and celebrate together with our fans the existing of 25 long years, and it's just great. It feels good.
Yeah, and it is such a great collection. I mean, besides showing off some of the best songs that you guys have ever written, I mean, I really do love what you guys have done for the new material as well. I mean, it just sounds like classic Edguy. I mean, it feels like you guys have not aged at all with 25 years in the band, and I mean that in the best way possible. I mean, it just sounds like you're still making those classic songs.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, like I said, I mean, although we have these 25 years, it's still fresh, and that's what it should be, because it's like, I mean, we're around the 40s now. I'm 39, so there's still more to come, I hope. A lot more, I hope. And like I said, people deserve something new, because when we decided to do it, to celebrate, I mean, that's what we always do when we do a new album. You try to do it right. So you got to do it with effort, and you got to put your energy in it. So we said, hey, come on, let's do new songs. Let's do a new cover. Let's try to get video stuff on it. So we did this DVD from Sao Paulo, from the Hellfire tour back then, and we just put a lot of work and put a lot of effort in it to just create a perfect birthday present. And I think it's one of the main keys to sell records nowadays, to not deliver standard. You got to be above, in a way. And this means you have to kick your own ass to give this 120% all the time.
And with that, how did you guys go about deciding what songs were going to be a part of this, like for the best stuff collection? I mean, how hard was it to be able to pick out the songs that you wanted to show off?
I think it's getting hard if you get stuck at certain songs. I mean, of course, you have to have songs like King of Fools, Superheroes, for example, Tears of a Mandrake. It's the songs we play on almost every show, because it's the most successful tracks of the band. But on the other hand, we have songs that didn't get the attention they should have gotten in the past, like some EP tracks, for example. If you take a song like Spooks in the Attic, for example, or Judas at the Opera is on it, and in the end, we decided, okay, we can't fulfill everybody's dream, because everybody, if you ask any fan, can you pick the 25 best songs from Edguy for your taste? It's going to be a different set list for everybody. So we decided we have to create an overview, like I said at the beginning, to just create this 25-year line of what we've done in the past. And there are some tracks you could easily change. For example, if you would, I don't know, switch Spooks in the Attic with, let's say, All the Clowns, for example. It's a similar track. Could have worked as well, but we decided, hey, come on, why don't we just pick some, let's say, a bit underrated tracks as well to gather people's. I think it was the right decision to do it. To just not only the standard songs that everybody would like think of when he thinks about having an Edguy best of CD. And the cool thing about it is that it's also something. It's of course a present for the old fans as well, but also for the new ones. Because if you're new to the band, which is basically a shame, and but you get a perfect overview of what we've done, and we're so happy with the release, and I can't wait the day I got it on my desk to read this coffee table book, and all those pictures on this. I think it's about 160 pages of pictures if you buy the big box, but it's absolutely worth it. It's just like for us, it was like when we choose all the material and had to go through all the archives. It's like really traveling in time, and you have so many memories you can share with your fans. And I think also fans will find a lot of their own memories in all that pictures, because they maybe have been at a show where the pictures were taken, or at a situation, whatever. It's just fun to watch and just to go through it. I love it. I just have the PDF file, but I hope that like in maybe 2 weeks or something, I will have it here on my table.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to be able to put that all together for a release for the fans, but when you are able to bring that home for a physical release, when you are able to have that for a coffee table version of that, I mean, just looking back at all 25 years of the band, I mean, that's got to be such a huge accomplishment when that does happen.
Yeah, it's just great, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will like that, because especially in our music business, in our rock fan base, they are the real fans. They still buy that kind of stuff, so you have to put a lot of work in to make them happy as well, and that's what we try to do, and I think we did quite good.
And in speaking of that, with upcoming live appearances with the summer festival circuit and autumn touring, how indicative of the release is being represented in far as the live show? I mean, are you sticking to like a best of collection, or how are you guys going about that?
We played the first show last weekend when we've been to Sweden Rock Festival, and we decided to do a mixture, like really going out with a best of set and not having like the pressure, is everybody liking the new songs? I mean, especially last week, as long as the songs aren't out, it doesn't really make sense to play them, because it's a best of tour, and so we just picked the best songs. I mean, and it's a journey through the past as well. Of course, there will be some songs that we usually play live as well, because you can't play a show without Superheroes or Babylon or whatever. It's almost impossible. We could do it, but a lot of people might complain. And we might do maybe one or two from the new tracks, but I'm not sure. I mean, we have made a set list for the tour in autumn, but for summer, next show is going to be Masters of Rock, which should be the weekend the album is released, I guess. So we might play like a cool best of set celebrating these 25 years, and this is cool for us as well, because last week we played like songs for like Out of Control, for example. We haven't played for a long time, and we rehearsed a few. We had a few sessions and did like a pool of I think 25 or 30 songs. We could just switch, and we might do this. I'm not sure.
And what's it like for you personally to be able to go back and play those songs that you haven't had the opportunity to play in so long?
Well, I think it's basically like traveling in time and having good memories. If you take a song like Out of Control, for example, that was on Vainglory Opera, and it was the record we got the first yeah, let's say attention worldwide, and also managed to play outside Germany or in Europe, and we could make the band bigger with that album. So I have a lot of memories. Like, for example, when we played the first show in Greece, that was brilliant, and every time I listened to the intro of the CD, it's so amazing because everybody was like screaming out and singing along the whole show, and we haven't had that before that show. It was really, wow, amazing. And then I lost my contact lens during the set, which was terrible because I'm almost blind without lenses. But it worked, and I was lucky because the guitar technician, which is still working for us. It was the first day we met at that time. He found it on stage. It was like a $300 contact lens, and he found it, and that guy is still working for us. He was at Sweden Rock last week as well. So it's a lot of memories and a lot of connections, you create, and it's just fun to do it. I loved it. And last week Sweden was so amazing. I was so overwhelmed by the reaction of the people. I mean, we had to go on stage after Aerosmith, which can be a quite tough job to do, but someone's got to do it, and we did it. It was a dirty job, but it worked out really good, and I was really happy. And so were everybody on the festival. So far, nothing to complain.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that too, and that is such a great story about your guitar tech. I was just about to say, if he's still a part of the payroll, that he deserves a raise for being able to find the contact lens that quickly when that happened, especially his first time around.
Yeah, it was really, really fun, and like I said, he's a good friend. He turned into a good friend also, and it's one of those things that I think it was in Athens in 98. Yeah, it was in 98, right? So it's like 19 years now. He's working for the band, and that's cool. I like that. I mean, long-term relationships also and long-time business partners can be it's just good for living and for your life. It's makes things easy because you know how to rely on people, and that's great.
And speaking of what you were also just talking about, like being able to play after Aerosmith, what kind of pressure is that for you? Do you feel more relaxed because the crowd is more excited after seeing a band like Aerosmith, or does that put more pressure for you to be on that same caliber as Aerosmith?
I think it's not relaxing at all, because they're like one of those rock bands, and we had the opportunity to play a few shows in Germany like 10 years ago. We could open up for them as special guest, and that was like, when I saw them the first time, I was really like, that was so wow, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go home tomorrow and sell all my guitars and do something else because it was so good, everything. And also in Sweden, I mean, they have created that kind of music in a way, and they've done it for many, many years. And Steven Tyler is, I think, 69 years old, and it was amazing. They delivered an awesome show, and they always deliver. It's the music, of course, but also optical, the stage and everything, and all these video effects and all that stuff. It's really like the big thing, And so we really have been under a lot of pressure, of course, because you don't know if people are just like, that was so wow, I just need to go to my tent and do whatever, or are hammered and are just tired after a long festival day. And our show started quite late, so we started around midnight. So we just didn't know. But it worked so good, and everybody was so happy, and everybody was there. It was like... we played on the other side of the festival scene, so they just had to turn around and walk to the Edguy show, and that's what everybody did. So it was perfect. And but if you have to play in front, or not in front, after that kind of band, I mean, that's always, you never know. It's one of those super groups, I would say, and they deserve to be the big headliner at a festival. And it can happen that nothing's going to happen for the band playing after that. But it turned out good, and that's perfect.
So when you have those kind of opportunities to like play after Aerosmith, how does that make you feel like after the whole experience? I mean, how are you feeling knowing that everyone is still sticking around and being able to see you guys play?
Well, it feels good because it shows that we've done something right. If we would have sucked, everybody would have left, and if nobody would have been interested in Edguy, they wouldn't have shown up. So it's just a great feeling. And I mean, we haven't played a show, I think, for 18 months or something in Sweden, but Sweden was always a good market for Edguy. I mean, it was one of those countries, the first steps in touring. Also a good story. We have a promoter over there that was Edguy tour in, I think, in the beginning of '98. It was a little headlining tour in Sweden, but he believed in us and he trusted us for some reason, and he's still booking all the Edguy shows over there, and he was there as well, and he was like, that was so wow. And also the promoters from the festivals came after the show and said, hey, we are really not sure what kind of band can fill that slot and if it's going to turn out like everybody wants it to. But it was good, and I was really happy. And if it goes on like this for this summer, I'm the happiest guy in the world. We play, the next show is like Masters of Rock Festival in Czech Republic, which is also a promoter, a long time friend and partner. And every time we play there, it's the same situation. It's just completely packed, and people just like it. So they like us, and if we have a good day, I think everything will be all right.
So, personally, what is more fun for you? Being able to be a part of these summer festivals, or going out and being able to do a headlining run throughout Europe?
Well, it's both good, I think. I mean, the good thing on festivals is that if you're a good band and if you manage to collect people, you also collect a lot of non-Edguy fans that wouldn't show up at a show maybe if you play in a venue or whatever. And the perfect thing is that you just go there, you have a nice hotel, and you go back home. If you're on tour, you're on tour, which is also good, but it's different. I mean, you have to go by sleeper bus, which can be cool, but the older you get, the more you want it to be nice, you know? Not that diva style thing, but it's more comfortable if you go to a festival, because usually you go there by plane, you stay at a hotel, then you go back home. But Sweden wasn't comfortable at all, if I remember the travel back home, because we didn't stay close to the festival. We had to go overnight to Copenhagen, and then there has been constructions going on at the hotel, so everybody got like 2 hours of sleep after the show. And this sucks, of course. In that moment, I would have loved to be in a nightliner, you know?
Oh yeah, totally understandable. But you know, it's still great to see that you guys are able to make all these appearances and touring possible. I mean, especially when you guys are celebrating 25 years of the band. I mean, going out playing some of the best known, best of songs from you guys, and just winning over new fans, winning over the fans who feel like maybe you've changed it all, you know, just like making sure that you're putting on the best possible live show that you can, and just showing that Edguy is still here.
Exactly. This is the plan. I mean, I mean, if of course we've changed, for example, musical wise a bit, but for me it's cool because it's like you got to keep it interesting for yourself as well. I mean, the way of songwriting changed, the way of creating songs changed, like arranging. For this record, we did some work at home with what we haven't done in the past, because we usually have been that kind of studio band that everybody goes to the studio and does his stuff there. And also songwriting. In the first years or the first records, we did a lot of stuff in the rehearsing room, which is cool, but on the other hand, it costs a lot of energy, because if you're there with 5 people and everybody has an opinion about everything, you know, it might get hard at some point. So from time to time, it's cool to, like, me myself, for this record, the first demos, it was the first time for me that I sang on demos, because I usually did do that or did it with guitars and everything, but this time I thought, hey, come on, I just have to sing something, because it's the easiest way to show people, does it work or does it not work? And the fact that we've been running out of time a bit, yeah, I had to do it, and it was cool. And so you always have to find something not necessarily new, but you gotta keep it fresh, you know, that you can get your motivation out of it, and that's cool. And the turnout is great, so we did it right.
In speaking of the songwriting, with the new songs that are featured on the new Best of collection, how much does that represent like the next Edguy studio album?
Not at all, I would say, because it's stuff that just has been there. It could have been on a new album as well, but I don't know when we will do a new album, so there will be different songs, and it's impossible to predict. Like, I think one of those songs, I think it was Jens' song Landmarks, it's quite old, actually, or the idea is pretty old, but for some reason, yeah, it didn't end up to be on a record, or we haven't even worked on it together. So you never know. I mean, when we do new album, it's always like there has to be a starting point, and then you start really working on it, and so it's not really predictable, I would say.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, when I saw that there was going to be new songs featured, I wasn't sure if there was like already a new album on the horizon, or you were just teasing fans until you guys decide to get back into the studio, or what the case was. But I really do love what you guys have chosen to be able to represent with new material amongst everything that is featured from the rest of the discography, because it all fits together so very well.
Oh, great! Thank you. Yeah, I think the mixture is really good. I mean, also the track list itself. I mean, it really sounds like one piece, you know? Although it isn't. I mean, it's hard to explain, because they all sound different, the songs, because we said we don't want to do new recordings from the old songs. A lot of bands do this when they put out a new best of. It's but every song has its time and its sound, and it's special, but it's also one piece, and that's what I really like on that compilation.
Oh, very nice. So, yeah, I mean, with this great, amazing collection that's going to be coming out July 14th through Nuclear Blast, the summer festival circuit, upcoming touring in Europe, is there any plans set yet for after that headlining tour?
So far, nothing is fixed. I mean, we're always like open-minded, I would say, to extend this thing a bit, and hopefully there's the chance to play some more shows with either with Monuments in this best of set, or either if we might work on something new in the future. We haven't made any plans so far. I mean, the final plans for this year are to play this tour. If it's going to be extended, or if we have the opportunity to play maybe South America or somewhere in North America, or to do a small but effective North American tour, I would love to do it, but they haven't made any final plans so far.
Oh, very cool. I mean, regardless of what happens after the headlining run throughout Europe, I mean, you know, again, it's great to see that you guys are still going at it the way that you are, picking out the best songs to be able to show off in this compilation, showing off new material, or at least new to us as fans, and just being able to represent everything that has always been great about Edguy.
That's cool, thank you. That was, I mean, like I said in the beginning, we wanted to create a present for ourselves and for our fans as well. I mean, it's really a long time, and you really start thinking about when you sit down and think about 25 fucking years. I mean, we knew that it was coming, but we never sat down and really think of it. And then you sit down and go through the archives, through all those pictures and stuff, and there's so many memories coming up. It's just a cool thing, and it's really worth to celebrate it with you and with the fans, and that's awesome.
Oh, absolutely. And as a longtime fan of the band, I mean, it's been a complete and utter honor to be able to talk to you, be able to help promote the brand new Best Of collection from Edguy Monuments, coming out July 14th through Nuclear Blast. hopefully everyone over in Europe that is an Edguy fan will be able to find some way to be able to see you this year, and hopefully after that, I mean, if you guys get the opportunity to come over here to North America, or you're able to head over to any other continent that would be gracious enough to be able to see you guys, I just hope that there's nothing but the most success for you guys to be able to show off the best of Edguy.
Oh, thank you so much. We will try to give our best. We always try. I mean, you have to be just able to use what you got, you know. But we always try to give the best, because everybody who's into Edguy deserves it, and it's just for me it was an honor to have these 25 years. But I hope there's going to be 25 more years in the future, for example, or even more. I don't know. I mean, I'm 39, so I can still walk and play guitar, and I lose a little bit of hair, but that's okay. I got more in the back now, not on the forehead. But these are things I can live with. So let's just go on.
Oh, awesome. Well, again, thank you so very much for taking the time to do this interview. Before we wrap things up, is there anything else that you would like to mention that I haven't brought up yet?
Well, I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody who was supporting Edguy in the last 25 years. I always do that in interviews, but this one is special because it's been this quarter of a century. So a big thank you to all our fans out there, and I hope to see you on tour soon.